All right, how's it going today, everybody? So it's a beautiful day out here in Las Vegas. Hey, you know what? Look, yeah, today is Friday. Did y'all see that Gonzaga and UCL game last night? They played that game right here in Las Vegas, where I reside. Man, that was a good game though, classic. All right, so it looks like it's going to be Connecticut and Gonzaga. All right, but yeah, for the Elite Eight and part of the this NCAA tournament, but it looked like UCLA was going to win. And this cat, I know he started with an S. He's a two guard. This dude busted a NBA three pointer from about 27 feet. Okay, top of the key. Wow, you know what I'm saying? And Gonzaga ended up winning, like 69-67, something like that. But they won. All right, and turned out the guy that hit that shot, actually, he's from Las Vegas. Okay, Gonzaga's up in Spokane, Washington. All right, so look, yeah, that was a good game. It's going to be a good game, that Connecticut and Gonzaga game as well. All right. Uh, but on the real, I kept wondering why Shaq. We all know him, an NBA legend, Hall of Famer. Okay, probably the top five greatest players that ever played the game. You know what I'm saying? A multi-talented individual. He could play other sports. The guy could swim. I didn't know to be that big he could swim, but he's an excellent swimmer. Dude could rap. All right, one of the wackest rappers of all time. No, I'm just kidding. All right, on that. Uh, what else about Shaq? All right, but come to find out, this dude was in the hospital, and I kept wondering why was he in the hospital. And he advertises it all like, yeah, I'm in the hospital, but a lot of people were talking about it. I'm thinking maybe he got sick or something. Turned out this dude got a hip replacement. He had said, yeah, this is why I'm in the hospital. And I'm really shocked for him to be his age to have hip replacements. So I don't know what it was, but just something told me to look into it, because to be a man his age. But I'm hearing from people right around 45, 50, that, clients that I ride around, that they get hip replacements, knee replacements, and that type of stuff. And I'm wondering why at that age, okay, you're hearing it more and more rapidly. Okay. Again, so I just did a little bit of research on it. Your hip is basically set up like your shoulder, okay, except your thigh bone is connected, to your pelvis with that ball. It has a ball connected to it, and the ball is snapped inside of that pelvis. Well, it's got gristle in it, or cartilage. Okay, that's the country term, gristle. Well, that gristle becomes worn down. Okay, and it rubs bone to bone. And it can be very, very painful. And that's why a lot of people, they do get hip replacements. That's if you're able to do so. And one of the main causes, one of the two main causes, is hereditary. You can have a family history of hip problems, and also, uh, wear and tear. Okay, particularly maybe guys like him that took a beating in the paint, running up and down the court, changing directions and all that. All right, for him to play as long as he did. All right, and being overweight could be one of those factors too, because Shaq had a lot of issues with his weight. All right, especially maybe as he got maybe the eighth or ninth year into the league. I know that he was a pretty big dude anyway, and I think that probably up until he left the Lakers and went to the Heat, okay, he started having more profound issues with his weight that I started to see. All right, right. What's that, around 2004? And I think that year he should have shed down weight. I think that if he would have lost like 50 pounds, he would have got better up and down the floor better. Shaq probably left like two championships down on the table. Okay, and If you would have made this doggone free throws, he would have been the leading scorer in the league. You know that, right? Okay? He even admitted it. All right? Just look at his stats. Couldn't shoot free throws for Jack. All right? But those, on the real, those are factors that could lead to you having hip problems. So that's something that you need to watch. Again, we need to pay attention probably to things like family history and how we're taking care of ourselves. Okay, you probably got one of them jobs where you're sitting down a lot. Okay, that puts a lot of stress and strain on your lower back and your hips, your buttocks and tailbone and hips and stuff like that. So you want to get a good cushion, that type of stuff. Okay, also get in the gym and exercise. Keep that, those parts grease and all that. Okay, fruits, your omega vitamins and stuff like that, fish oil. All right, for people that have those problems. Okay, when you go in the gym, do those fireman exercise or do the one where you can rotate your hips in the gym. Those that pulley equipment. Okay, like your leg and hips. Okay, maybe a few squats and stuff like that. Every now and then I do a little bit of those exercises, and you're gonna have to probably soak in Epsom salt and all. You know what I'm saying? That do that type of thing. I soak about 3 times a week. Okay, to take care of yourself. Your health is your wealth. All right, and again, you want to do things like fast and have your fruits and vegetables and all that. Okay, so that's going to play a factor as well. All right, keeping your weight down, because once again, all that weight is going to put stress and strain like on your knees as well. Yeah, as well as your knees and your feet and everything else. Okay. Before I leave, one more story about Shaq there. Growing up in Hampton, Virginia, a lot of us are military vets, or our fathers were, and stuff like that. Like in the Army or the Air Force. My dad did a few years in the Air Force before he got out. I was little when he got out. But we was hearing about me and my homie when we was maybe just graduated from high school. Or actually before that, right when we got into 9th, 10th grade in high school, we was hearing about this 13-year-old kid, okay? 6'8", lived in Newport News, Virginia, the neighboring city. Was on Fort Eustis, dunking, you know what I'm saying? Dunking on people, and it was Denby High School. Actually, Mike Tomlin went to Denby High School. I don't know him. All right, just knew of him. All right, but he went to that school around the same time Shaq was supposed to go. So I'm not surprised if they don't know each other. But me and Kevin, we was trying to get my homie. We was trying to get over there on base to try to play against this dude or whatever, because we were gonna go after him. You know what I'm saying? And we were gonna tear this dude to shreds. All right, and then the year he was supposed to go to Denby High School, because they couldn't wait to get him there, because going to his 9th grade, they wanted to put him on varsity, and they was thinking like every year they were going to win a state championship. But anyway, he ended up, his dad, right? That was Shaq, by the way, his stepfather, okay, because his dad wasn't in his life. His stepfather ended up what they call PCS, or permanent change of station, to San Antonio. So that's how he ended up, playing out there in San Antonio, Texas. So that's the story about Shaq, all right? So I thank you for your time there, okay? Your health is your wealth. Remember that. Some encouraging words and so forth. Like my mom used to say, your body is a temple, okay? And that is a scripture in the Bible. Something to stimulate thought. Like, subscribe, share, check out some of the other videos. Cash App, $Winston Spivey if you want to donate.